Welcome back. So we got Calamity Season 5 here. We got FOC versus RUDY. This is a EU2 match, and it's going to be interesting. I was kind of asking around the other moderating team, Calamity team, and seeing what would be a good match for y'all. And the first one they recommended was this one here. So we're just going to go over some match rules here while they're getting the tank bans and map bans here. So it's a 770 best of 7 tier 10 format. Uh, Matches have a 10-minute timer, and of course each team gets one map and one take ban. No artillery, no Averys, no Terrans, no T249, no Technodrome, no licensed tanks such as Warhammer. Andre and Iron Arnie are allowed though, so the Warhammer 40k tanks are not allowed. No vehicles that are new released during the league. I don't think there's any new tier 10 released recently, so I don't think that rule's not into effect. One max TD, three max of the same characteristics, same thing like um, three 5As and QLs. But then there's a new rule. So the Chieftain E5, the T110 E5, and then the T95 E6 are limited to one, but you can field one of each. So if there, no double Chieftains or triple Chieftains that we've usually seen before, it's one Chieftain, one E5, one E6. That's all you can do. And max of three autoloaders. The climbs are banned. The Himmels, Sand River, Ghost Town climbs, everyone kind of knows, are banned. There will be the choice of maps: Arctic Region, Cliff, Ghost Town, Himmelsdorf, Mines, Mali, Miro, Proc, Sand River, Steppes, and Westfield. Tiebreaker goes to Ghost Town, and everything else is kind of ready to roll. So I'm gonna see what if they're ready to roll, got their tank bans and everything. Let's see. FOC banned Arctic Region. Oh, sorry. RUDY banned Arctic Region. FOC bans Himmelsdorf. No Valors, no Marats. And we're going into Westfield. While we're waiting for a couple of this, I know it's been a little bit here, but again, going to try to pick up as many games as I can. I do this all for fun, so we will see what happens here. But haven't seen much of EU matches. I've seen, of course, like the big tournament ones over there at I think it's still Water Tanks Comp Community. I don't really remember what they called it, but I got to see, of course, one F. I think Decoy was a part over there. I've seen a little bit of some other teams. Hold up. Man, it's been a little bit since I've been on tanks. But I digress. We're still making sure we're almost ready. We got almost every tank selected, and I'll go back to there. Show, that's right. I remember Show being up there. I'm missing one possibly, but we'll see. It looks like there might be some miscommunication. Hold up. There we go. All right. Looks like Rudy only has six. It is a 7-on-7, so I want to. And we're off. Let's go ahead and get this going here. So we are going to Westfield NBA. We have from FOC, one Chieftain, one E5, one IS7, Leopard, Centauro, T100 LT, and the Grill 15. From Rudy, we have a Chieftain, E5, double Leopard 1, CS, and a T100 LT. So both tanks, remember, Chieftains and E5s count as you can only have one on each team. With it being 6-on-7, I'm going to say FOC is going to have a slight advantage because most of the time on Westfield it is a trade fest. If they all go up to A side, but it looks like they're not. Looks like Rudy is deciding to go down the 0 line here. Or let me see what happened. They might be going to say garage. Oh, match time wrong. Yep, garage. I don't think any of them know from FOC. Oh, yeah, they do. It's okay. Just want to make sure everyone's still good here. Looking to see. There it is. 10 minutes is selected. Alright, there we go. Up, so make sure 10-minute timer, we should be good to go. Let me make sure. Yep, everyone pre-picked. Good to go. Alright, back to round two here. We have same lineup. Same lineup, yes. Okay. And what's up, Glare? Just got your message here. So again, Westfield looks like depending on what they're going to do again, Rudy was going down the 0 line, and we had FOC moving up like half and half. They sent a regular side out over there at the K5 line. Let's see what will happen now. Opting in with the Leopards is very interesting in my opinion here, because I think since the whole tank equipment and crew buff slash nerfs, we'll call it, the Leopard is probably the accurate tank that's not a TD if I'm correct. So here we go. We have double Leopards. We have a T100. Depending on what bush, I think none of these guys are going to spot each other unless they go out. Like this one, it comes out in the open, yes. He's not going to spot this bushed up light tank. They now know there's an I-7 over there at K4, K5. And they know what the grill is. Any punish? From the leopards, it does not look like they could. Oh, CS does get spotted, so then now the T100 has to be over here. The other 200, and he gets slapped by the grill 15. That is unfortunate for Rudy here. Looks like this guy's not even in the bush. He's not even in the bush. And looks like he does get tracked by the T100. No damage though. Yep, there's the ping. Think they should. Oh, leopard does get spotted. T100 actually gets blind fired here, I believe. Looks like the CS is going to try to rush up here. Over down to the K0. Does get spotted. I don't think T100 does get spotted in return. We had a leopard miss, but the T100 was just backing up here. Let's see. Let's go over to FOC side. Let's see what all they have covering this side. T100 is going to try to retreat here. Thought he was about to take some fall damage, but he did not. We have the grill, E5. Both Centauro and Leopard hasn't decided to move here, and I think now's the time to move. Or possibly just send the light tank down to C1 or D1, see if there's anyone over here, because they, of course, they don't know where those heavy tanks are. So that's what I would do if I'm FOC. If you can confirm that there's no one up here at A4, A5, and everyone else is kind of just hovering, you kind of know where they are. Let's see if so. T100 is going to go ahead and start moving up to the A line here. That's really good. I mean, they're kind of seeing a lot of blind fire, so I'm FOC. I'm kind of aware, but the Leopards are pulling back at a good time. Because now the Leopard pretty much said, hey, not getting spotted here. So this could be good for Rudy here, because they are now moving up while the T100 is not going to spot them. But the T100 is going to go down the middle and see if they can spot the Chieftains or anyone here. Let's see here. Cuts through. Does spot the T100. Does connect. Spots the Chieftain. Does take one in return. Takes two in return and gets killed by the two Leopards in the back. So now we're back on 6v6. T100 needs to get out and not get shot by the grill, and he does. Needs to get on spot and try to leave. I would actually go through the house here. They can't shoot him if they go if he comes straight back. Centauro is spotted, but if he does it, okay, he does get out. So that was actually a really good spot for Rudy here. See, did the Leopards take one? Looks like they did take one. But with those two tanks is not really a safe way to get on the cap here. So I actually believe, no, even if they do that, Westfield is such a weird attacking. I would actually aim your turrets to the left if you're going to do this. Because now you're probably about to take one here. Oh, they actually don't get spotted here. They do have a Leopard covering, but against two hold down heavy tanks, this Centauro is about to receive a lot of damage. If I'm the Leopards here, I would try to move up as well to C1, the C1, B1 ROC. Try to take out these tanks. Keep the T100 health, though. You need to have him for the cap. You have 4.5 minutes left. Right now, it's looking like FOC is in a better spot. Does take one, but the Leopard does take one in return. The E5 and Chieftain needs to get into this fight. T100 is not the one that, because he could get shot by the grill here. He does back down here, so that's really good. Again, this is Rudy's time to make sure this is the time to get your advantage back. I would not push in like this though. This is actually very bad because the chieftain in E5 is about to just farm. E5's down to less than half. They are going to get the Centauro out of here. They do. Leopard 1 is backing up. Centauro does, sorry, the T100 does get the Grill 15. I told and before that they should have kept the light tank alive. So now they actually put FOC in a bad spot. They need to actually send this CS and not get farmed by this IS-7. He needs to run possibly like now. Because again, of course he doesn't know, but he does spot the IS-7 now. Does miss one. IS-7 is most likely, if he chases this is really bad because they can easily get on a cap. He is going to chase, does actually bounce or hits the tracks. But we got a big fight coming in. We have lighter tanks being pushed in. E5 takes one from the Grill 15, making him a one-shot to every single tank. Chieftain gets almost double tapped here. Leopard takes one in return. Chieftain is going to possibly go down here by the other team, actually from the Leopard. Some good teamwork for the FOC here. Rudy's down to a couple tanks left. Looks like 5. They still got a full health CS. E5 does get taken out here. Looks like by one of the chieftains, or the chieftain from FOC. Leopard's down to possibly a one-shot here. I think the Leopard gets 420. Oh no, he does get taken out in return. It is now a 2v5, and it looks like FOC does defend Westfield going up 1-0, but we will see. They still got 2 minutes left. They still got a 4 health IS-7, so they need to get some miracles going. CS does get spotted. IS-7 is just kind of pushing up, but these two tanks, the heavy tanks in the back, could possibly get taken out, but there's no way. Depending on if this grill can hit this leopard, and he does, and there's the IS-7 on the move, supposed to be nerfed by the way. Lol. I love doing that. Nerfing tanks, but still you can snapshot. Leopard's down to a one-shot left from Rudy here. It's just a CS and 4 health, so I believe this is a done deal. Minute and 10 seconds left on that timer. FOC pretty much secured the win here. It looks like FOC is about to just push up and possibly try to go for the kill all. Looks like no. It's just the IS-7, make sure they don't get out. Leopard actually gets a really good shot into that IS-7 here. But he does get taken out in return, so this is now a 1v5. Let's see if he tries to fight it out. He does. Ooh, and the tracking shot by the grill. 20 seconds left. Does he go up? Does hit the barrel. I-7 does get taken out, and FOC does go up. 1-0. From FOC, it's exactly what I thought. The grill actually just got a lot of damage here. Probably their MVP of this game. That is Nemini in the grill 15, 1 kill, 4,300, almost 1,000 assists. Petru in the E5, 1 kill, 2,200. Excuse me if I butcher anyone's names here. I'm gonna call this guy Petri. Hopefully that's correct. IS-7, 2 kills, 1,500. Dom Professor in the Centurion, or Centauro, sorry, 1,300, 800 assist. Rixanu, Chieftain, 1,100, 1,200 assist. And Actus Tiger, Leopard 1, 2 kills, 900 damage, 1,400 assist. Manutsa, T100 LT, 500 damage. No spotting. Interesting. From Rudy, we have Dread Eagle and a Leopard 1. One kill, just shy of 3k. Uh, Galcio, Chieftain, 2200, 500 assist. Macy J Maz, CS with just shy of 2000 damage as well. A Slowian and a Leopard 1, 1500, 1000 assist. Don, PL, I'm going to call him Don just so I think that should just be correct. E5, 1 kill, 1300. And then Strywek and the T100 LT, 600 damage, 148. Hopefully most of these assistant is not from tracking or anything because both light tanks actually did not spot much. So hopefully we can see what happens here. But FOC actually takes the first win here, but now Rudy has to defend. I can try to reach out to Rudy, see if they are expecting another player. Looks like they do. All I gotta do is speak it to the existence. There we go. So now we got an even matchup again. All right. So I'm gonna say, make sure nothing changed. So now, even with Rudy down a tank, that was actually a lot closer than what I was expecting. So now I can see if Rudy can try to bring this game back up here. Thank you, Jamie, for the follow here. Just want to make sure everyone knows that there is a 5-minute delay here. So just want to make sure everyone's good to go. Yep, tank's still getting picked up here. Remember, this is best of 4, so first to 4, or sorry, best of 7, first to 4 wins. Tiebreaker is Ghost Town. I'm just gonna try to see. I think with the whole equipment change and everything, I actually think more British heavies like Super Conquerors and I think that's pretty much it. Maybe you can bring the FV because it has a really good gun and good for side scraping on like city maps. Because I've seen a lot of people play with was the Rush series. It's just again, if you've noticed, if anyone watched them, there's been a lot of fires lately, and that's kind of like the number one machine that's not German to get a lot of fires. So, but hopefully they can change the equipment while it's free, well, half off equipment and half, no, it's free, half equipment, free respecs of crews. So if y'all didn't know that, right now's the time to try different builds, different crew skills, different perks as well. This is a newer format I've decided to use, by the way, so if there's any feedback, if you have watched my previous streams here, if you'll please just let me know if you like this. I know I'm not the professional streamers, but I'm going to try to work on that so where it is going to be a little bit better for y'all. I wanted to make sure like the bottom right corner is where the map is. It doesn't get covered up so I can move anything on the bottom here and with my new little screen, but we'll talk about that later here. So now it should be ROC's attack, or FOC's attack, sorry. And Rudy has to defend here. We have a from Rudy Chieftain, Super Conqueror E5, Double Leopard 1, CS, and a T100 LT. And then we have FOC with no, oh, sorry, the grill. They do have a light tank, so double light tanks again, but we have FOC Chieftain, E5, Leopard 1, Centauro, CS, T100 LT, and the grill 15. Ruling La Liga rules, baby. So we have most, like almost half and half. So we have two tanks kind of going to cover the zero line here just to make sure they're not going up here. Uh-oh, let's see what happened. Oh, they got a Peppa guy. I did not even see this guy. Alright, we're going back to the garage. All right, sorry y'all. Just it was a little bit. That was a second match. A second round, pretty much mistake. All right, hold up. So it's 1-1. Sorry, I had to make sure who was the host at the time. All right, so sorry about that, y'all. Just trying to figure everything out here. So, all right, just gonna go ahead just so we. There we go. So I'm just gonna make sure everyone knows here. All right, we should be good to roll. All right. Should be ready to roll here. We're going into Miravanka. Again, sorry y'all. Hopefully this kind of should be rocking and rolling now. Alright, there we go. Alright, 1-1. Alright. 4 out of 7 and 5 out of 7. We're waiting for the last 5 tanks being picked. Just in case, I'm just going to do this. Alright, there we go. Alright, now we're moving on. There we go. Sorry about that, y'all. But we have from Rudy, Chieftain, Super Conqueror, E5, Double Leopard, 1 E6, and 1 Grill 15. From FOC, 1 E5, Triple IS7, Centauros, a Iron Arnie, and a Sturv, or yeah, Sturv 103B. I kind of want to see what FOC takes this. It looks like a giant A push, just by the amount of IS7s and push heavy tanks, because an Iron Arnie isn't necessarily like it's a heavium in my opinion here. The Grill, Leopard, and the E6 from Rudy is going down the 9 line, and this could be really good here. IS7's E5 are pushing down the 5 to 4 lane here, keeping Iron Arnie kind of where you put a Chieftain. And Centauro's pushing in, IS7 gets here first. If I was them, I would wait to put all 3 and possibly keep the E5 on background. Don't get on the cap circle yet. In my opinion, that just kind of tells you what you're doing. Only 1 tank in. If I'm also them, I'm going to try to push after. 1 IS7 is going to cover the flank. This is not good. But there it is. They have 25 seconds. Quick, the Super Conqueror did shoot the Centauro and possibly everyone else. All 3 heavy tanks are kind of sitting. I'm going to try to move back to watch everyone. Super Conqueror does get a shot in return. Leopard 1's getting pushed in. They are getting farmed in the butt now by, looks like Rudy here. So FOC, if I was them, I'm pushing the last 2 heavy tanks here. They need to push up, get on this side of the cap circle, kill this E5, and push them in. So it looks like they are going to try to. Looks like the E5 does get a track and Amarak here. Yeah, it's a time to do a push here. Looks like they are just going to sit here. So this is actually Rudy's free farm, in my opinion here. Grill 15, Leopard 1, E6. They're all just trying to farm out these heavy tanks here. And the hit points is looking like Rudy is going to take this matchup here. Down to, they're getting all the resets, both E5 and I7 down to 1 shot. Is taken out. E5 possibly going to give this last E5. Looks like the E6 does. Looks like this E5 is just going to push in here, try to kill this I7. Wrong I7, but that was almost a high roll unless he bounced. I7 down, so it's a 1 shot. Looks like the Sturv and Super Conqueror from FOC and Rudy actually stayed alive this entire time, but I believe the Sturv just didn't get spotted here. It is a 2-on-7. Chieftain is down to a 1 shot for Rudy here, so I would just let him sit out. Same with the Leopard 1. Let this Leopard and Grill 15 actually just farm out here, because it looks like the Iron Arnie is down to a 1 shot, and then it's just down to a Sturv. Super Conqueror looks like he just get a tracking shot. And the E6 is just going to push up, and he does kill him now. Sturv does get spotted, so this is actually going to be Rudy's round here. Really nice defense, in my opinion, from Rudy here. I just think if FOC pushed up past and killed the Super Conqueror and the E5, and then capped onto the side, on the right side of that cap circle, this game would have been a lot better for FOC here, but I digress. Rudy does take the defense. These are the types of games I like. I want some fights. But we're gonna go off of this really fast. We got from FOC, Professor and the Centauro 2500, Rix and the Iron Arnie 1500, Tiger and the Sturg for 1200, Altu and I7 1000, Manotsa I7 one shot of damage for 449, Alex and the E5 421, and then Petru and an I7 for 0 with a little bit of assist. From Rudy, we have Rash and the Grill 15. Again, Grill's actually dominating both sides of this. Both teams here. The Grill 15 is doing most of the work here. Uh, just shy of 3K. Slowian, E6, 4 kills. Really good game out of him. Almost 3,000 damage, but 2,000 assists. Macy and the Chieftain, 2,300, or sorry, 2,700, 1,300 assists. Dread Eagle and the Leopard 1, 2,600, 1,000 assists. I want to say everyone from Moody actually had a good game here. Garcia, Super Conqueror, 2 kills, just shy of 2 kills, 2,100, 1,000 damage, or 1,000 assist. And Don with the E5, 1,700 and 2,200 assist. And then Stry and a Leopard, 1 kill, 500 damage, and almost 2,000 assists. Let's see if FOC can come back here. Again, I think attack is possibly better, especially if they get a Sturve. Looks like they're bringing a grill on defense, but that's kind of what RUDY did here. But if RUDY sends a Sturve and a light tank over on the B side cap and make them push in, depending on if they can spot out their light tank or not, there's a lot of ways you can play Miro, and that's why it's one of my favorite maps back when I was still playing comp here. I know, I understand it's kind of like a, it can go either way for both teams, and that's why it's more 50-50, and that's why I like it. But again, FOC, I would like to see if them try to get this match point here. Try to keep it tied here. I like tie breaker games. We're just gonna put the back burner on any type of mistake. But we have 5-4 picked. Oh, now there we go. We got some tanks being picked up here. Thank you, Alco Virus PL. Thanks for the follow here. Again, I wish I could go back and show you what exactly I think if FOC did whenever they pushed in. There's that side lip when you where that E5 was after they needed all the resets at first. If they pushed in and killed that E5 and then sent two tanks to kill that Super Conqueror, like say the Iron Arnie and it was the Centauro, sorry. If they tried to kill that Super Conqueror, kept three on, I actually think either A, they would have had a lot of fire coming in, so RUDY had to force the fight, and that's where most of the guns were, keep the Sturve there to cover. So I think that would have been a little bit better for FOC. But now they kind of know, hey, hopefully they can come back and watch this. I'm going to have this on YouTube and we'll watch this on playback for Twitch. Sorry. It's been a while since I've done this. So I can just say the first match, FOC looked really strong. They got the defense exactly how they needed it. And then RUDY with the clapback on Miro kind of just held that defense and just kind of focus fired and got the tanks out that they needed. So that was a really good game for both of them here. FOC is hopefully going to continue on here. Looks like they are ready for round two. Alright, so now we have FOC with double Super Conqueror, IS-7, Leopard 1, Centauro, T100 LT, and the Grill 15. RUDY is attacking with a Chieftain, E5, 277, IS-7, Leopard 1, E6, and the Grill 15. Let's see how FOC defends here. Sending both Super Conquerors down to the A side, probably going to be G1, G3. Centauro as well. I mean, it's not really the fastest medium tank, so I can see why they're doing this. Possibly going to F2. T100 actually being very aggressive from FOC here. Looks like an I-7 pushing down to one of my favorite spots over here on the corner lip here. And this is where he needs to stop, right here. He needs to stop right here. It looks like he's just going to go for it. Never mind. But it looks like the T100 does get spotted, spots the Chieftain, spots an E6 from FOC. Probably really good spots here. Again, looks like RUDY did take a shot. Looks like an RBRT from the T100 LT as well. This T100 has to stop being so aggressive in my opinion. Looks like a really good shot from Centauro here onto the Chieftain. This light tank's going to be the make it or break it on defense because if they push into B and kill all three of these tanks, it's actually impossible for FOC to win. So let's see. Rudy is on the clock here. Just remember that they have to attack. But right now, it's only been just shy of 2 minutes. So I can see what they want to do, see what happens. Right now, it is a 3-3 split with the light tank kind of just seeing where they're trying to do. This is not what I would try to do here. T100 does get spotted. Does miss one from the E6. Maybe Chieftain can get a shot in. Looks like there's going to be a lot of cover here. So T100 actually gets out unscathed, but they do know that there's a 277 spotted over here at the C3 lighthouse. Looks like they are pushing now. Rudy is deciding just to go to push out, see what happens here. But Rudy does not have a light tank, so they cannot spot B side. Oh, no one's over here at G1. Actually, this could be really good here for Rudy here. They're waiting for the Grill 15 to rotate to C1. That's a really good play by Rudy. And it looks like everyone else from Rudy is going to go ahead and rotate over here on the A side cap. Hit point wise, Rudy is in the disadvantage. No one from FOC has been bled any. Looks like all of FOC is pushing in on this chieftain here, so now this is the time to do it. Good job on Rudy, because the Dow spotted a lot of tanks over here from FOC. They need this Grill 15 to start connecting some shots here. He has to play aggressive because this guy can easily poke. He's not necessarily hold down. Does get a really good shot. 15 seconds up on the timer. Do they send one? Yeah, the Centauro is coming in. Does not get the reset, but looks like the T100 is from the middle here. They did get the reset. E6 gets shot by the Super Conqueror, and now here they are. They need to push up and in. Looks like they are going to. And they need to keep possibly two. Keep two on base. Keep two on base. Keep applying the pressure if you can. But Rudy does get taken out by the 277. But FOC Super Conqueror does get taken out in return. Then Centauro actually gets killed by the E5 backing up, but now it looks like he is tracked. Does get the track back on, 15 seconds left. The Super Conqueror has to push up, he has to try to get the resets. Looks like he does get a tracking shot, or just a tracking hit, and does get the reset. Leopard 1's going to come in here. It's going down to the last wire. E5 needs to not do that, and he still gets taken out. 15 seconds up on the timer. Does get reset. Leopard does get reset. T100 down to a one shot. 9 seconds left. They need to play very safe here. 5, 4. Don't push out. Don't push out. 3. Don't get reset. The heavy tanks have to reset. And they actually, last second, they do not. So FOC, I believe, or no, hold up. If Rudy did win, that's right. FOC did not get the resets. So unfortunately, Rudy will go up. They got one more match to win. FOC was just like on the timer. Like I wish I could go back, man. Because they got the tracking shot, just no damage. They were really focusing on the Leopard, but I think that was kind of Rudy's plan. Like, hey, shoot the Leopard that doesn't have all the cap points. But that's what I'm gonna say here. But really, really close game here because I think if they got the reset, every single tank was coming in to go in for the kill here. But GG's here for Rudy. We got another map pick. I believe this is Rudy's map pick. Oh no, this is, I think, FOC's map pick. I think they were host. But we have the T100 LT from FOC, 2300, 2000 assists. There we go. We got some light tanks getting some assist damage now. Dom and the Centauro, 2000 damage. Nemini, Grill 15, 1 kill, just shy of 2k. Petru and the Super Conqueror, 1 kill, 1600. Ferraru and the Super Conqueror, 1300. Alex and the Naya 7, 1 kill, just shy of 1000 damage. And Tiger and the Leopard 1 with 1 shot of damage for 376. Rudy, we have Rash in the Grill 15, 2300. Slowland in the E6, 1 kill, 1675. Strywick Chieftain, 1319. Dread Eagle, Leopard 1, 1200. Galcio 277, 1000 damage, 500 assist. Dawn in the E5, 1 kill, 800 damage. And Macy JMaz IS7, 1 kill, 752. And I believe we are going into. Let's see, it is ROC's map pick. I was right. Alright, so we are going to proc. Make sure nothing got changed. Yep, 10 minutes. Good to go. I didn't do prediction. Sorry, y'all, if you're still waiting for the prediction. There was a little bit of a delay and everything. But I believe next time we do this, it will be hopefully no delays here. Alright, proc. If I wish I could bring up the map. Pull up a zone chart from what old proc was. Um, I want to say it's more defending side if I remember right, because attacking, I mean, sometimes you can get some early bleed if you go down to the 5 line with some Marats or anything. But now FOC is on the clock here. They have to win out to force the tiebreaker. Rudy, all they have to do is win one side of proc, and they will win this matchup. I always want to see tiebreaker. I like to see even matchups. I never like to see blowouts in my opinion. Same with my American football or any type of a sport because I like to see the back and forth fights from any team here. But we're going to see, let's see, Rudy needs two more. FOC is still picking up their team. They need four more tanks. All right. This could be match point here. From Rudy, we have one Chieftain, one Super Conqueror, one E5, Leopard 1 CS E6, T100 LT. From FOC, they are bringing Chieftain, double I7, Leopard 1, Centauro, T100 LT, and the Grill 15. So let's see here. Looks like most of FOC is going to take the 1-2 line, but everyone from Rudy except two tanks, T100 does spot each other, and spots the Chieftain. This is really bad for Rudy. Looks like everyone from Rudy has decided to go down to the B side cap. T100 just pushing in, pushing in, pushing in. Not really seeing anyone, and probably saying, hey, I'm not even getting shot at, so this side is clear for the taking, especially spotting that Chieftain on the way out. Centurion, or sorry, Chieftain, I don't know why I keep saying that, actually gets spotted, but she gets shot by, looks like one of the heavy tanks in the back here. E6 gets spotted from Rudy. Ooh, T100 actually gets slapped by the Grill 15. Really good shot by that player here from FOC. T100 down to a possibly a one shot for the Grill 15. Everyone else is a two shot. Now Rudy is down to a one shot. T100 is going to try. Ooh, but he looks like he hits the tracks. Now he actually gets set on fire. This could be really bad here. He needs to kill him. He does, but both light tanks does get taken out. This I-7 needs to get on cap, in my opinion, and start the timer. my opinion, they should have brought a Super Conqueror here. Leopard, Centauro, Grill. So it looks like FOC has uh, about a minute. But again, with there only being one tank, they got plenty of time. E5 actually gets slapped by both mediums. Both of them have bounce off of the IS-7 here. E6 is moving up, and I-7 did possibly have a shot, but looks like he's just going to move up and get an easy side shot. This chieftain, in my opinion, needs to play high now that they know that they're getting farmed by the mediums. He needs to play high. Try to spot E6 is the target now. He's about to get the reset for RUDY here. Looks like he did miss, but looks like a really good shot by the IS-7 and possibly the Grill 15. 20 seconds left on that timer. E6 is going to move up, and he is down to a one shot. In my opinion, they need to kill this E6. He does get the timer though, but Chieftain should get the kill here. He does. Good shot from FOC here by that Chieftain player here. E5 down to a one shot. Does bounce one of them. Well, they did get the reset. 6 minutes left, and this is looking like FOC's game just by hit points and position wise. But they are pushing the medium tanks on the backside into this IS-7. And most of everyone from FOC is over here above the E line, so this could be a quick kill. I'm going to try to zoom in over here. 471 from the Leopard, that's a pretty high roll. You just start aiming for some fires. Don't let them shoot the CS. Get them low. Keep the health really good here. I-7 does take one. They need to hurry up and kill this guy. Real gets a really good shot into the CS here. They still got 20 seconds left to get this cap, but they are sending a lot of tanks to the backside here. Now is the time to send this Super Conqueror, get the reset. He has the hit points, don't send the Chieftain. Why are you firing at the grill? You have a cap to worry about, my guy. I-7, or Chieftain does try, Super Conqueror does get the reset, that's really good here. Four minutes left. RUDY is still in a disadvantage based on hit points. Looks like they did kill the E5. Yes, they did. Good shot by either Centauro or what had to be the Centauro. Both of RUDY's are pushing in here, trying to kill this Leopard. I don't know what they're doing. They're about to get shot by the grill. Yep, 850. Maybe just kind of holding it down for these heavy tanks to try to kill this cap. Like right now, if this CS actually gets slapped by this grill, it is game over. This leopard can actually push over and kill both of them. FOC, yeah, I think he just realized, oh, actually shoots the CS. This leopard just has to push it and kill him now. I think this is the FOC's great play here. Go ahead and push, kill one of them. Actually bounces one. He's going to take another one, but this should be, yep. So that's really good, both kills here. So now it's just these two heavy tanks, but they do kill the IS-7. But now all this leopard has to do is get to this spot here and farm. And FOC's Leopard Ferraru is going to go ahead and do that. This grill could possibly do the same thing, but now the Centauro actually could just play bait, because now the Chieftain is looking exactly where he needs to, but it's just unfortunate because they have health, they can easily just poke over. I would try to, of course, kill the chieftain and then let the grill shoot the super conqueror. Or that works fine too. Super conqueror does get taken out. Chieftain's left on a reload. Centauro is about to possibly get the kill here, but it could be the leopard. I believe it was Centauro here, and that is GG. FOC actually taking the win here, so not trying to force the tiebreaker here. They need to win one more. Really good amount of FOC here. We have Nemini in the grill, 1 kill, 4,000 damage. Ferrari Leopard 1, 2 kills, just shy 4K as well with 1,200 assist. Dom and Centauro, 2 kills, 3,000 damage. Inactive Duchess, I7, 2,000 damage. Menutza, T100, 1 kill, 789. Petru and the Chieftain, 1 kill, 655, and a little bit of assist. And then Alex and IS7, 1 shot of damage, but almost 2,100 assist. From Rudy, we have the CS with 1 kill, 3,200. Dread Eagle and the Leopard 1 kill, 3,200, 700 assist. Galcio, Super Conqueror, 1 kill, just shy of 3k. Don and then E5, just 2 shots for 800 damage. Slow Yen, T95E6, 1 kill, 600 damage with 1400 assist, just shy. And Macy and the Chieftain, or Massey, I gotta, hopefully I was saying it correct, Chieftain with 1 shot of damage with 700 assist. And then Strywek in the T100, 100 damage with 1800 assist. And Glare should try to get Tubbs and Noodle to commentate for Calamity. I'm gonna leave them however they want to. I I mean, of course, by all means, I can try, but they're also really into other things. Like I think Noodle still plays um, the War Robot game. Depends on Tubbins, a lot of stuff, but who knows? We'll see. So now this is again Rudy, or sorry, FOC is still on the clock here. They need to win out. To go into tiebreaker here. And then all Rudy has to do is, looks like they have to attack and win. Well, I'm also going to try to get a better setup slash co-host as well if I'm going to continue doing this type of stuff. I plan on it. I'm not saying I'm not going anywhere. I'm just saying it could be a lot better. So we'll see what happens on that point, Glare. Just because it's just one person right now. Can't see most of what's going on, but you never know. Like when I'm seeing a fight over here, could always have someone watch the other fight. Again, like exactly what Tubbins and other people do. I believe Beaver also has a couple players. But hopefully we're about to get this game rolling. All right. So now we have FOC with a Chieftain, E5, IS7, Centauro, the Iron Arnie, T100LT, the Grill 15. Rudy bringing an E5, double IS7, Leopard 1, CS63, T100LT, and the Grill 15. So let's see what happens. FOC is going to send tanks down to the 1-2 line. Iron Arnie and Centauro with the light tanks is going to push up here. IS7 and the Grill's going to possibly cover up. Oh, and Centauro just gets slammed by the from Rudy. All of Rudy is over there by the J7 line. This T100 needs to be very careful from Rudy here. Go and watch a light tank battle. That's all that's happening. And the fire. That is so unfortunate here. Uni does live. It looks like the Chieftain got out that light tank. The CS is pushing down. Does get a really, the Grill does get a really good shell into the CS here. This house is about to get destroyed by possibly the Grill or the I-7. Let's see. If I'm Rudy here, I'm about to be put in a spot where I don't want to be in. The house is starting to get destroyed here, so if I'm slow in, I'm about to book it. And he does. He's about to take a shot by the Grill. Ooh, and the house actually saves him. Ooh, this is a really good push from Rudy here. They need to hurry up and kill. Kills one. Ooh, bouncing. Ooh, and then the Grill does kill the I-7 here. It's E5 on E5 action. CS actually gets almost safe because he can still get shot from the back here, and he does. Does kill the E5. Leopard gets slapped by the Grill 15. FOC is still in advantage by 1,000 hit points here. Centauro does get taken out. But FOC's I7 is coming in from the backside here. Rudy's Grill 15 does get taken out by the FOC's Light Tank and Iron Arnie here. The Grill does get safe. In my opinion, they possibly could get on A. But now that they got a Light Tank and a Medium and it's a 4-on-3, Grill 15 does bounce off of the Light Tank. But Dread Eagle does miss the LT in return. And he also hits the tracks of the T100, so that's just unfortunate for Rudy here. Looks like all the Rudy's also about to push in this IS-7 while sending in Light Tank and TD into the E5. IS-7 from Rudy's down to a one-shot. Does get taken out here. And this is actually going to go into tiebreaker. FOC's Grill 15 again. A lot of the Grill 15s kind of making this a tie series. Both teams with the Grill 15 players, or just the tanks in general, making this into a 3-3 game going into tiebreaker. But we have Nimini in the Grill, 2 kills, just shy of 5,000 damage. Really good game out of him. Manetza with 4 kills, 4,100, 5k as well. Both of these players from FOC carried. That's a really good game out of them. Inactive Tiger, or Actus Tiger, sorry. IS-7, 1,800 damage, 1,100 assist. Alex in the E5, 1,300 damage, 500 assist. Rixanu, Iron Arnie, 1,100 damage. Petru, Chieftain, 1 kill, 900 damage. Dom Professor and the Centauro with 361. From Rudy, we have the E5 with Dawn, 2,500 damage. Rash in the Grill 15, 2,200 damage. Dread Eagle and a Leopard 1 with 1,600 damage. Slolian CS, 1 kill, 1,335 damage. Massey, IS-7, 1 kill, 875 damage, 700 assist. Galcio, IS-7, 1 kill, 631, 500 assist. And Strywek in the T100, 500 damage, 2,000 assist. I gotta go back to my match chats. All right. Again, this is what I like to see. Going into tiebreaker, Rudy has decided to attack. Make sure. Yep, still 10-minute timer on the match. All right. Uh, Sorry, y'all. Uh, I'm just going to put this up. So let me get the... Because I think they might be calling it. Excuse me, y'all. Ugh. Alright. There we go. Tiebreakers, moving on. Sorry about that, y'all. Like, this is how I want it to go. I never want to just DQ a side, especially when it's going to tiebreaker. Like, I understand there's a lot of faults happening, and I understand Calamity is just starting back up. Come on, y'all. Let's fight on. Let's get the win the traditional way, beating each other, not saying, "Oh, rule this, rule that." Come on, y'all. All right, so making sure we got FOC 215B Chieftain Type 5 MBT E5705A AAT. Then we got Rudy with Super Conqueror Chieftain E52277 IS4 E4. This is winner takes all. Whoever wins here gets the match point. Alright, so it looks like FOC has chosen to just cover, see what they're going to do. Rudy is moving in now. None of them has been spotted in my decision. I believe B side is getting capped on now. But no one's really covering this corridor here, so these guys can actually just rotate around. But they do have people covering this, so they actually got to pull in on both sides. E4 from Rudy and IS4 gets spotted. Looks like they are. FOC is about to fire on Rudy's E4 and does get taken out. That's a really good shell, and unfortunate for Rudy for the unfortunate fire. They are sending in a lot of tanks here. Ooh, this Chieftain should have stayed above. E5 gets taken out. And it looks like the Amarak was an Amarak. So unlucky fire and unlucky Amarak. But they do get the MBT out. FOC is about to give, oh, it looks like an HE shell 277, but does get taken out here. IS4 from Rudy is 2v1ing, but does get taken out by the 705A. And the E5 does get taken out. Hit points is looking towards FOC. Super Conqueror about to get taken out. Makes him a one-shot. Another fuel tank's hit from FOC, so we might see another fire here, maybe from the 705A. Type 5 down to 500 hit points. It could still be a close game, but with it being a 2v5, still a lot of hit points. Only 2 versus 5 guns. They do take out one of those guns. It's now a 2v4. 277 is still bouncing shots. That's the one bad thing about the 705 is its penetration. But the Super Chieftain is possibly going to try to kill this Type 5 Heavy. Looks like he might just focus out the Chieftain, but it looks like the Super 277 does get taken out. So now this is a 1v3 now with the good shell to that Type 5 Heavy. But with it being a 1v3, hit points advantage. Looks like FOC is going to claim the victory here, and that is GG. Oh, did I put my numbers lock off? Let me see. There we go. And there we go. Oh, I forgot to see the match chat, but let me just go back to it. There we go. All right, so from FOC we have Petru 705A, 2 kills, 4,000 damage. Dominant Professor AAT, 1 kill, 3,600, 1,400 assist. Alex in the E5, 2 kills, 2,600 damage. And Actus Tiger Chieftain, 1 kill, 2,342. Nemini Altu in the FV215B, 1,700 damage. Menatsa, sorry, Type 5, 1 kill, 1,400 damage. And Ferraru in the MBTB with 410. Rudy with the Chieftain with 1 kill, 3,600 damage. Really good game out of him. With a Strywreck 277, 2 kills, 3,500 damage as well. Really good game out of them right there. A Slowian with Super Conqueror, 1 kill, 2,400 damage. Dread Eagle in the IS4, 1,683. Galcio in the 277 with 1,000 damage. Rash with the E4, 852. Unfortunately, he did get set on fire. And same with the Dawn and the E5. I believe he was the one that got Amaraked as well. Got focused out first with 500 damage and 492. So I want to say GG's to both teams here. Again, let me get the Calamity cover here. This was FOC v Rudy. Again, sorry for the interruptions here. And a lot of stuff going on, but I digress. Hopefully we can get that fixed and situated for if they go up against each other in the playoffs. Again, this was only round robin wins, so FOC did win, but that doesn't mean Rudy is out already. This is just the beginning of Swiss rounds. And I want to say thank you again for Calamity keeping me with their stream staff and keeping me on their moderator team. I had to sort out some stuff with some help. Thank you again for the moderating team. Exactly. We're talking in the chat now. And again, just to be more sportsmanlike, I understand mistakes happen, and we kind of have to enforce some rules sometimes. I'd rather not. I want to see more fights happen than actual arguing. But I digress. Again, GG's, and I'm gonna try to get another stream up later on today. Thanks again for watching, y'all, and y'all take it easy.